Hello again and welcome to Shed Talk, my weekly magazine video series looking at the keeping, breeding and showing of cages with a particular focus on the exhibition style budgerigar. Over the next couple of episodes, just to give you a quick heads up, they may be slightly shorter than usual. It's the middle of the exam season and I do a fair bit of invigilating at my local school, so I'm particularly busy with the invigilation process, which doesn't give me a lot of time up here in the bird room, and I like to spend most of that doing the general shed work, I suppose, cleaning, keeping, looking after the birds generally, rather than spend the whole time feeding. So as you might guess, that takes priority over the filming of these episodes, but I will still try to get episodes out every week, and I hope to still continue to get those out on the first Saturday, on Saturday morning. So touch wood, all being fine, just be aware they might be a little bit shorter than usual. With that in mind, in this episode what we're going to do is have a quick run around what's going on in the budgerigar shed to begin with in the month of June, and then we'll take a quick look out in the outside flight to have a look at how we're getting on with the Fife. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, then please do hit the subscribe button. I think it's around the bottom of the video somewhere. And obviously, as always, please do comment. I do read all the comments and I enjoy looking at them, and if you have any questions, don't forget to answer there or ask them there. And of course, if you enjoy them, do give us a big thumbs up, as that will, all those thumbs up help the channel to grow. Right, what's going on in the bird room, or in the budgerigar room, in June? So those of you that watch the channel regularly will know that I am in the process of closing down all of the breeding cages in the budgerigar shed. We're left with the one cage still with birds in it, and that's the Lutino cage, which unfortunately, although the hen sat on 8 eggs, all of those eggs ended up being clear, although I know the Lutino is capable of filling eggs. I am in the process of splitting that pair, so I will take the Lutino cockbird out of there. I will leave the hen in there, as I said in the last episode, I think, and I'm going to gradually start removing the eggs from that cage, and then that will be the end of the breeding season until we start pairing up again in September, October time. So the main focus then in here, apart from obviously keeping an eye on the young birds and seeing how they're progressing, seeing which ones I'm going to keep and which ones we're going to be getting rid of, is cleaning the breeding cages and the nest boxes. What I like to do with this is I will get a bowl of water which will have initially some disinfectant in there, and I will use that to clean the nest boxes out quite thoroughly. I just use a normal bleach substance in there, and having done that, I will then allow the nest box to soak for about 24 hours in a solution of mite treatment, so water solution of mite treatment into the nest box, just to make sure it kills off any mites that might be in the nest box. And then before putting it away, again, I will spray it with anti-mite treatment, and they will then get a dusting of the anti-mite dust that we use. So that's my process for those, and then the cages then will obviously be scrubbed out. I'm having to do some of this a little bit earlier than I would normally do, partly because you maybe know I'm looking to rejig the shed around a little bit, so I want to try and get the cages actually folded away to give me some room to start focusing on cleaning or sorting the shed out when I get back from my holiday. So really that's it out here in the budgerigar shed. Just generally finishing off, cleaning up. Right, what about the Fifes where it's all go out there in the middle of the breeding season? Let's take a look in Fife from being to bench. So here we are back with Fifes from breeding to bench, and everything in here to do with the Fifes anyway seems to be going tickety-boo at the moment. No real major problems whatsoever, touch wood. I'm sure I've put the Kybers on that, haven't I? I guarantee now that everything will start to go wrong. So to start off with then, the Fifes that have been or in the weaning cage are all doing really, really well. They are feeding themselves. There's no signs of any major stress on any of them, and they're progressing nicely. The one that lost its tail still hasn't got a tail. I'm starting to think the two green birds are looking better than the other two, but we'll have to wait and see. They seem, to my eye, they change almost every time I look at them, virtually every hour. So like I say, we will have to wait and see. I was hoping to get a couple of those out to this weekend to a canary nest feather show, Oxford 1910 Canary Nest Feather Show. Unfortunately, due to actually it's car issues, I don't have transport, so I'm not going to be able to get any of those down to that at the moment. That may change, but at the moment I'm not able to get any of the youngsters down to that. In the cages behind me, so the top cage, which is the original pair, they're still sat on their 3 eggs. I haven't candled those yet, but hopefully they'll be full, and likewise with the pair below, so the new pair, again they are sat on the 3 eggs, still just waiting to see if any of those manage to hatch. In the main flight, you can see from this picture here, one of the hens in there, this was the hen I was going to run across, or run the other outcross cockbird across, is laying in the seed dish and sitting on the eggs in there. I keep chucking them away every morning. I know it feels a little bit of a waste, but I really don't want to have lots and lots of baby birds that I then need to try and either find new homes for, or end up in the flight, filling the flight up with birds that I don't really need. Anyway, so maybe next year I can use her, but hopefully I'll have a couple of better hens next year to breed with in here. Anyway, so that's just about it from in this for Fifes from breeding to bench. You may remember the last time we were in here, I was talking about some of the wild birds. We had a robin that I said looked like it was feeding. I still don't know where the nest is for that one, but those of you that follow the Instagram page for Shed Talk will know that the blue tits, sorry about that, but a bit of a stoppage there in my head. Those the blue tits that were nesting in the garden, some of those have fledged, and there were one of them at least, I found the body of. I think it probably got a bit cold actually. It didn't look like it had been attacked, so I think it had got a bit cold and sadly passed away. Hopefully the others will have all fledged, and we'll have some more blue tits nesting in the garden next year. Right, so that's about it from out here. What we'll do now is we'll pop back inside. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Shed Talk. Before we go, in the last episode I mentioned that to those of you that are here just for the budgerigars to please do stay with the channel whilst we've got a slightly more focus, while I take a bit of a back seat to the Fifes that are in the middle of their breeding season. It got me to thinking, I just wondered how many of you are mainly budgerigar keepers. How many of you are mainly canary keepers, and who here each keeps more than one variety of birds and are just here to for the general, general look at caged birds? Let me know in the comments. Do just comment and say, what type of birds you keep, whether that be the budgerigars, fifes, or any other particular variety. Like I say, just mention it in the comments. But if you're not yet, so that brings me on to the comments. Please do, of course, comment on it. If you enjoyed the video, give us a big thumbs up. All the likes, like I say, help the channel to grow. But most importantly, until the next episode, please do stay safe and enjoy your birds.